All right, everyone, we're going to go ahead and get started. Hello, welcome to the current student panel. I hope y'all's entire week has been great. I'm going to introduce myself real quick and then let the panelists introduce themselves. Following that, we'll have a quick, I'll give a few quick questions just to start everything off. If y'all have questions after that, feel free to either ask them through the chat or speak up and say it in person. But yeah, let me go ahead and take the welcome sign off. There we go. And now we should be able to see people as they talk. Hello, my name is Saul Valderas. I am a lead line ambassador. I'm majoring in electrical engineering and mathematics. I'm a senior, so I'm pretty much done. And then, yeah, that's kind of it. I'm gonna also be your host for today. So hopefully I do a good job. But yeah, I'll pass it on to the rest of the guys. Victor, if you wanna go first, and then I'll call y'all out so y'all don't all run into each other. Or wait, my bad, Jamie. Jamie, go first.
All right, hello guys. My name is Jamie Williams. I am a senior. I actually graduate next week. So a little bit of things that I do around campus is, oh goodness, where do I start? I am a Chi Omega and I have held multiple positions there. I am a line camp director. So if you don't know what line camp is, definitely find out what that is because you want to do it, trust me. I work in the one-stop shop with Lion Camp, and I work in the IMs for intramurals. I'm a intramural ref, so if you're playing some games, I'll ref it. And then I also work in the student center as a programs assistant. I'm on the homecoming committee. Yeah, I think that's in SAC, which is Student Athlete Advisory Council. I'm a cheerleader. All that.
Awesome. Christian, you want to go next?
Yo, how are you guys doing? I am Christian Ciano. I'm a junior. So close to being a senior. And I'm a communication studies major. My minor's in marketing. I am a Lion Camp counselor. Lion Camp, woo, you know what I'm saying? I am also, what else am I? A Rising Lions intern. So y'all should do Rising Lions. The application just reopened. So y'all should do that this summer. I'm also now a Lion ambassador. Got that last week. So what else do I do? I'm also a founding father of Delta Sigma Phi fraternity here on A&M-Commerce's campus. So you know what I'm saying? Go Lions.
All right, we'll get Angel to go next.
Hi, hope you guys are all doing well. My name is Angel Caesar. It's my first year here at A&M-Commerce. I am about to be a sophomore. I major in psychology and minoring in vocal performance. I'm from Duncanville, not too far from Dallas. I am a Lion Camp counselor. Woo, go Lion Camp. You guys should be super excited for that. I am in the gospel choir. And also a Pearls member, pretty educated and respectable lady. So if you guys are into that, join us there as well. Thank you.
Awesome. And then last but not least, Maddie.
Hey guys, my name is Maddie Plunkett. I will be a senior in the fall. I'm a double major in criminal justice and sociology. I'm an Alpha Phi here on campus. I'm the director of campus activities for Alpha Phi. I'm the Panhellenic Vice President of Retention and Recruitment. I'm the Student Government Senator for the College of Humanities, Social Sciences, and Arts. I am a peer mentor for the Student Disabilities Office, and I am the head lifeguard at the Morris Recreation Center, as well as a line ambassador here on campus.
Cool. So they've introduced themselves. I would hope that I hope I could let y'all introduce yourselves, but there's a lot of y'all, so we're just gonna go ahead and jump into the questions. I'll give a quick 3 questions and let the host or the panelist answer, and then hopefully after that y'all have some questions for them. But yeah, the first one is it true that college professors don't take attendance and don't care if you do the work? or learn because they get paid regardless? And now let any of y'all answer, whoever wants to go first.
Were you about to go, Maddie?
You good?
Okay. So I would say attendance is key. Sometimes professors will give you bonus points at the end of the semester for your attendance if you show up to all their classes. So sometimes it gets you from a B to an A or from a D to a C, and you need a C to pass your major classes. So sometimes showing up to class is honestly like a blessing in disguise. And they do, like, some professors, I understand, you'll feel like, oh, there's so many kids in class that they don't care about just me. But a lot of professors, if you go out of your way and you kind of talk to them like, oh, hey, can I get help? They will care about you, and they'll like kind of get back to you. I emailed one of my professors 2 days ago that I had, like, whenever I first got here, and I was like, hey, I learned this in your class, and I'm really grateful because now I'm using it just like on a side project that I've been doing. And he got back to me immediately. So it's like, as long as you keep up relationships with them, they care about you, and it's like, you got to meet them halfway.
I think for talking about like professors not really caring because they get paid regardless. Something that I really like about commerce in particular is we have a class size on average of about 22 students, sometimes a little bit larger, sometimes a little bit smaller, depending on the class itself. But because of that smaller class size, like, you really do get to develop a more personal relationship with that professor. And because of that,
Maddie was talking and she's trying to get back in. There we go. That should not happen again. Cool. And all right, Jamie, if you want to go ahead and continue, we'll let Maddie finish off when she gets back in.
Sweet. I would say that some professors care, some don't. They will specify that whenever you first get into the class, whenever they're reading out their syllabus of like, you need to be this class, or like there'll be professors that I've had, they're like, you don't have to show up a day after today, just do the work, email me if you need help. Simple as that. But there are professors that I have been able to skip a final if I attended every class. So depends.
Cool. And then Angel, do you have anything to add, or?
Like Christian said, if you build a relationship with your professor, they'll definitely continue to respond to you and be very communicative with you. And also by the end of the year, if you have been there very consistently, that will help you towards your grade if they want to be gracious with you. So, yeah.
Cool. And then Maddie's not back in yet, but we're going to go ahead and keep going just in case y'all have questions. Check the chat, make sure nothing's in. Okay. So then lastly, will y'all be eating ramen every day for the 4 years that y'all in college, or what's going to happen?
No, you can learn how to cook. All the residence halls have a kitchen on at least your floor. There should be one. I never cooked whenever I lived like on campus, but once I moved to my apartment last semester, I started learning how to cook. So now I cook maybe 2 to 3 times a week, and then you can go to the caf. The caf's pretty good, honestly. They have this one pasta that I used to eat my freshman year, and I just go in there all day, just kind of sit in the caf, do your homework, and eat and grub. Sometimes it's good. It's hit or miss some days, but you don't have to eat ramen all the time.
Yeah, I would say that the caf is a hit or miss. Some meals are really good, and then other meals, not so much. There is a place called the Lion's Lair, which is like right next to the caf, and it has a place called Wingin' It, and that's some pretty good wings with French fries, and they also have a couple of different other things. We also have a place called Sandella's, which is next to the library, and it is pretty good too.
Yeah, like everyone said, you're not going to be eating that every single day. And since there's kitchens in dorms, a lot of people will be cooking in there. You can make friends, ask if you can help them and whatnot. Like, take advantage of all your surroundings. And yeah, the cafeteria, great some days, that one random day in the week, no. but there's a Starbucks next to the Sandelas in the library, so you can take advantage of that as well. There's a lot of good places to eat that are nearby.
Cool. There we go. Sorry, I was having some difficulties. So if anyone wants to ask a question, feel free to do so. If not, I can ask another one. Wait
There's
to
one
see
in the
it.
chat.
Cool. Can you go ahead and read it, Jamie? I'm having
Yeah, it
trouble
says,
on
does
this side.
Commerce have microwaves or mini fridges in the dorms? What do the dorms recommend for freshmen? So you have to bring your own microwave or mini fridge to the dorm. They are not provided. There is a kitchen on some levels of some dorms, depending on which one you're in. So they have stuff, but ultimately you can bring your own. I'm not exactly sure what is the recommended size for mini fridges.
I should be very familiar with this, but no, like she said, you have to bring your own microwave and refrigerator. And I would recommend phase 3 because I just lived there, and typically there will be freshmen in phase 3 or phase 2. So yeah.
I would say if you know who your roommate is, or you guys do the little like roommate survey deal, make sure that you ask them like, oh, hey, are you going to bring like this? Because if they bring a microwave and you bring a microwave and then neither one of y'all brings a refrigerator, then I don't know what y'all gonna eat besides cat food. Sometimes you might want popcorn or like leftovers from like Taco Bell or something, but it's just like kind of make sure that you're always talking to that person and like being okay with them.
You good, Maddie? You
Yeah.
want to add anything?
I didn't hear what?
Oh, you didn't hear the question? They basically asked, does Commerce have a microwave and or mini fridge in the dorm rooms? And then what do you recommend for freshmen, or what dorms do you recommend for freshmen?
I lived in phase 3 my freshman year. It was brand new. It was the first year it had been built. I loved it. It was kind of like your traditional, like one kind of big square room, and then you have your 2 roommates. That was pretty fun. In my sophomore year, I lived in the AFE house, which was also really fun. Recommend definitely the F halls, which is the sorority housing, and a couple other women's housing, and then also phase 3. Those are the 2 that I've lived in. Loved both of them. But I recommend, like Christian said, like talk to your roommate, see who's bringing what. But I recommend somebody getting a Keurig. I know that was kind of like my lifeline my freshman year. I still have the same one. I just used it not too long ago that I got my freshman year. But a Keurig or a coffee pot or something.
Cool. And then Mr. Jordan actually added a college packing list on there. It's a PDF. I checked it. It's good. Y'all can download that, and it has just a few things that are actually recommended by the university for you to bring. Like different people mentioned, there's different things you should do. But yeah, anyone else have any other questions? Jonathan, I hope that answered your question. Yeah, cool. And then I'll do a quick question just for continuation. So guys, what if I don't have money for college or tuition? Are there resources, scholarships, or full paid programs that are on the university that I can use?
Yes, scholarships are great and amazing. This one thing that I do with the guys in my fraternity is we like at the end of the semester, I try to sit them all down like in an academic session and just like sit down and we all like fill out scholarships for whatever you can possibly find. Also, there's like the different blue and gold scholarships, as well as like if you go onto your MyLeo, there should be a section on there that says scholarships or something like that. And it'll show you like for your major, there's a lot of STEM ones, and then like different colleges will also give them to you.
There's also different living learning communities that you can be a part of that will significantly help your tuition and fees. I believe, just to name off this few, there's LW something, LYW, which is something like that. Don't know the actual answer for that. There's AMP, Leeds, well, not Leeds, but Sister, and one that I can't pronounce. But there's a lot of different ones that are available for you to be a part of that also help with being able to pay for your dorm or pay for something part of tuition fees.
Yeah, there's plenty of scholarships that you could take advantage of. Even though it's timely to, apply, you should definitely put effort towards it. And if you are a dependent of someone who served in the military, there's military benefits. Like they said, scholarships from different organizations and grants. So, and there's plenty of scholarships on Commerce's website.
Yeah, like Angel was talking about, if you or any of your parents ever served in the military, especially through Texas, go talk to our VA guy. His name is Dustin. He's in the One Stop Shop. He's super nice. I went and had a conversation with him because my dad served in the Navy, and I found out that I qualified for Hazelwood, which covers all of my tuition. And that's not something that I knew that I was eligible for. So I had been paying for school my freshman and sophomore year until I found out about this scholarship. So definitely take advantage of your resources and check out the stuff in your MyLeo. Like, I know applying for scholarships isn't fun, but it's 100% worth it.
Thank you guys for those answers. Again, guys, I encourage y'all to ask any questions. These panelists are here to hopefully answer anything that y'all have in mind. These are all students. They range from second year freshmen to all the way seniors. So it's a long range. Feel free to ask anything y'all want to. But yeah, I'll ask another question while something shows up. Feel free to either unmute yourself and like push the raise your hand button, or put in a question in the chat. And you can access the chat by going to the bottom of the screen and clicking on the button that says chat. But yeah, guys, what are something that you experienced in college that you were never expecting?
That's a good question.
No one?
That's a good one.
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah. What is something that you experienced in college that you never expected?
I think personally, I became a lot smarter about how I spend my money. Just having to like pay for everything myself and like really be on my own, and like my own paycheck is the stuff that I spend. So being like, okay, like maybe I don't go to Taco Bell today. Maybe I should probably cook something that's in my fridge instead of going and picking something up every day, being like, you know what, maybe I'll cook spaghetti for dinner or something. I think it's definitely made me a lot more aware of like my spending habits. I don't think that's something I like really thought that much about before I got to college and was like really responsible for a lot of things. I think for me, that was probably the biggest thing, was my spending habits.
Maybe like two things for me. One being how much I wanted to push myself to be more outgoing because of my major. I'm gonna have to be very social, and so I was like, let me push myself. And now I'm already looking forward to working as a Lion Camp counselor and being in a gospel choir. And again, my women's organization, like I was very eager and very like, why not about it? And the second thing would be how mature mentally I've grown, because when you are in a university, there's several people you can encounter and you go through friendships, you might enter one, leave one. And I really had to be vocal about like, I want to have this type of friend, or let's correct each other in these ways. So like you're putting impressions on people, they're influencing you, like, and you have to, stand strong and like make sure that you're surrounding yourself with like-minded others. So I had to make sure that people understood where I came from if we're gonna, continue to be involved with each other.
I think the greatest thing that I have learned throughout my time in commerce is like how much diversity means to like our campus and to like the world around us. I have learned so much from being part of different organizations, and it's been the best experience being here on campus and learning about other people.
One thing that I like learned that I guess I never really thought about till now, I guess, is that failure is like completely okay and really just like a key growth point for you as an individual. Coming here my freshman year, me and one of the guys that I met like the first week at school, we were like, bro, let's make a club together, and then we did that. It failed, but it was like really fun. Like the 2-3 weeks that we thought we knew what we were doing, but it's like now I understand like how to make an organization, and then I founded or helped found another organization, and so now it's like just like messing up your freshman year, and like those things will like help you become a better senior, junior, whatever you become.
Thanks for those answers, guys. All right, we have some questions from the audience. So Mr. Jordan asks, any fun classes you recommend or awful classes to avoid? Do y'all have any suggestions?
I am in HHP major, which is human performance and kinesiology. Person that I'd say that you want to take is Dr. Ross. He's amazing. Love him. And Oldham, he's a really good professor. And Kimbrough is the epitome of the worst professor I've ever had. Not personally, she's amazing as a person, but her class is the hardest class I've ever taken in my entire life. Every test is short answer. There's no multiple choice, no true false, no fill in the blank, all short answers. So that's rough. So I would definitely, if you have to take her, wait till later. And then if you are taking political science, I say stay the heck away from Chad King. I don't like him. That's all I have.
I would say some recommendations. If you ever get the chance to take a class with Dr. Minaldo, take his class. He's a little bit tough, but like you will gain so much from being in his class. Like you will come out a better student, a better person. And I know that's like a lot of hype for one professor, but like he really has made a huge impact on my time in college. And I took him my second semester, my freshman year, and him and I are still in contact my senior year. And I'm taking another one of his classes this fall. And like, he always checks in on me. He always asks me how I'm doing. I see him around campus all the time. And just his class, to me, has stuck out so much. Classes to avoid. When I first got here, I was like pre-med. I wanted to go to med school. And microbiology, you're probably going to have to take it if you're any sort of like kind of biology or anything like that. That class is ridiculously hard. Just prepare yourself for it. Just understand that that class is going to take a lot of time and a lot of dedication to be able to do right. If you cannot take it with Dr. Choi, I would do that. Jamie knows, she gets it. I had to take it twice. The first time was partly because of me, second time not so much, but just if you have to take microbiology, just prepare yourself for that class because it is by far the hardest class I've ever taken in my life. Those are my recommendations.
If you guys need like an elective class, like your schedule's full, you can't take any more like, of your major classes, take history of rock and roll. That class is so easy and it's really fun. I took it as an elective, and I just like showed up to class. I had a good time, and all we did was listen to music. Or intro to jazz. It's not like them teaching you; it's like learning about the history of jazz, and then you listen to jazz for a test, and you're like, "Yes, I hear this instrument. I like this." And it's like super simple, really fun. I enjoyed myself. I got 100 in both those classes just because they were very laid back and chill professors that like are relatively young. They're both GAs, so they're just here trying to get their master's degree. So they're just like chilling. A professor to avoid, if you are RTV or communications or anything like that you would have to take an RTV class. Hi from Tony DeMars, and Man, he's a time and a half. But if you can like get a class with Adrian Neely, he's the professor I was talking about earlier, who like I talk to every now and again, just because he's really helpful and really supportive of the students.
I know that as a first-time freshman, you'll take a special endorsement class where you'll choose from like these certain types of classes depending on like their subject. And I took I forgot the exact name, but it was basically like astronomy, astrology, and it has to do with like magic and stuff of that science realm. If you are really interested in that, you should join. But if you're very like passionate, just know that she will say that astrology is a pseudoscience, and she'll make that known in the beginning. But nonetheless, it's very interesting. You learn about the stars, how they were read, and you'll learn about Egypt towards the end. If you're going to take a stats class, because sadly I have two with my major, do not take Mr. Wang. Just do yourself a favor and do not take his class. If you're going to take a history class, which you will, I forgot what exact class it is. Her name is Dr. Ross. She's pretty cool. Last time I saw her, she had blue hair. She's really cool. And yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for those answers, guys. They were great. We do have another question in the chat for y'all. Before I continue though and ask y'all it, feel free to ask questions either in general or if y'all want to ask individually. We do have different majors on top of y'all. Well, actually, we have Christian, Jamie, Angel, and Maddie as hosts. So if y'all want to just say y'all's majors really quickly so they get remember them.
My major is health and human performance, and I minor in interdisciplinary studies.
My major is communication studies, and I minor in marketing.
I'm a double major in criminal justice and sociology.
I major in psychology, and I'm trying to minor in vocal performance.
And then mine's engineering, if y'all want to ask any engineering questions, just to add variety. But yeah, if y'all have direct questions or general questions, feel free to ask them. So yeah, with that said, guys, Jonathan asks, do instructors in commerce have resources for students with learning disabilities?
Yes, they do. I've worked with the student or the office of, I'm totally blanking on what the name is right now, but the office that deals with like student disabilities. I've been a note taker before. You have a couple different options. Like you can have somebody that's in your class that shows up consistently, takes good notes, has good handwriting, take notes for you throughout the week, and then they'll go to the office and photocopy them and then put them in like a cubby for you so you have an extra copy of notes. There's a couple resources like that. There's also resources like extra test taking time, or if you need like a really quiet room to take a test in, you can also do that. There's also other things like peer mentors. I participate in the peer mentor program through the Student Disabilities Office. I think that's what it's called. I'm totally blanking on the name right now. Where you're just, you and a person are just kind of matched with each other based on like similar interests, and you guys meet up like once a week, just kind of discuss everything that's going on, talk about things going on campus, how our class is going, how's school going, stuff like that. Just like, just another face to get to know on campus, and kind of, it's generally like an upperclassman with like a lowerclassman, so that way you can like learn a little bit more about the school and more about how to progress through college and just different lessons that they've learned, stuff like that. But there is a ton of resources available. I would recommend reaching out to the Student Disabilities Office first, and then they can help you reach out to your individual professors as well.
Yes, and the Student Disabilities Office is found inside of the library. So if you go to the library and you have to kind of go to the back towards where Starbucks is and then make a turn, if you ask anybody in there, they can point it out to you easier. And then if you are helping being that note taker, you can also get like $150 for a semester for being able to take those notes. Because I've done that before, and it's also a good incentive to actually go to class is if you're taking notes for somebody else, because if not, you're gonna feel bad.
Yeah. If you, in the beginning of the semester, if you go up to any of your professors and tell them like, hey, if there's any opportunities for a note taker for this class, let me know. then usually they'll just give it to you instead of offering it up to the class and be like, whoever comes and gets it first gets it. So that's a good tip. And then like Jamie said, like you can get $150 for doing it. So, and it makes you go to class.
All right. Are y'all good? Y'all don't want to add anything? Christian and Angel?
Actually, if you think that you have a learning disability, that is something that you can talk to different counselors here on campus about it, and then they can help you with the correct resources to help figure out exactly what's going on and get you the access to the right tests and everything to see if you do have that learning disability or a learning disability. So if that's something you've ever wondered about, you can also go talk to our counselors here on campus about that.
Awesome. We do have a bunch of resources ranging from TRIO all the way to the disability office in the library. All these resources are for students, and they're what we call free-cluded, which means it's included in your tuition already. So please use them. Don't just, waste them. We don't have any questions right now, but feel free to add them on. I'll go ahead and ask another one just so y'all can keep getting more information. So guys, what's the best way for me to get used to college? What helped you guys get used to being away from home?
Me. So the first 2 weeks is Panhellenic recruitment and IFC recruitment, and for me that had been the fastest way to get into becoming part of sorority and getting involved. There's also Welcome Week for freshmen specifically, and there's a whole bunch of different events going on campus. It's called Lions Roar, and those are just a whole bunch of fun things. There's normally a headphone disco party, and that is so fun. There's normally a luau, and they bring out some hula dancers that you can dance with. And on top of that, you can become part of Lion Camp. Woo! And what that basically is an extended orientation program. And what we're going to do is take it off campus. So you're driving to Mount Lebanon, and that's in Cedar Hill. And we get to spend 3 days together, hanging out, having fun, doing a lot of activities. So if you're interested in that, definitely sign up. If you're looking for any information on that, I can actually put in our social media. And if you want to go give it a follow, our registration will actually open on May 18th. So, but that is going to be the quickest way to get involved, is because you're going to find people who you relate with, who are going through college the same as you, first year, don't know what the heck you're doing. And then you get to make friends. So, yeah.
Kind of to bounce off Jamie, just the whole first 2 weeks is just filled with stuff for you guys. So go to everything. You already paid for it. It's part of your tuition. Go to football games, go to tailgates, go to we have Mardi Gras every fall semester. So just everything that you see is getting put on. There's movie nights in the club. You don't know who you'll meet, and it's just kind of the more times that you go out, the more opportunities you have to interact with people and meet someone new, or just meet someone that can possibly be your person or whatever.
I do recommend the tailgates and the football games. Our football here is incredible. Those games are so much fun to go to. Our home opener is going to be September 5th. We're playing a team from Canada, which I think is going to be really cool. Don't know a lot about Canadian football, but I think the rules are different, so I'm not really sure how that's going to work. But I know last year our home opener was a team from Mexico. So our team, our football games are so much fun. It's a whole other experience. I definitely recommend going to those and going to the tailgates as well.
Like she said, sports. I really like basketball, or at least watching it. And the basketball games are super energetic and enthusiastic. And you'll see the band play on the side, and also our dancers, which is very entertaining. Dorm events. Your RAs will host dorm events in the kitchen or in your hall. It's very interactive, so you'll get to know the people on your hall and stuff. Also, your roommate. If you didn't get to talk to them over the summer, I would definitely build a relationship with them. It was a blessing that my roommate was someone I went to high school with. We were in the same choir and we were mad cool, still mad cool. Gonna be my roommate again. You just want to be comfortable with who you're living with as well. The rec, people love to go swimming, people love to exercise. There's a track upstairs, boys and girls play basketball downstairs. People love racquetball. It's just, a bunch of people all together. Organization events, like there will be probates for the fraternities and sororities. That's always extra exciting and fun because if you love music, there's jams busting. There's pancake nights that a certain organization holds at like midnight on a certain day. And there's taco night somewhere. Like you'll hear the buzz and the word all throughout the week. So you'll definitely be able to meet a bunch of people if you go out and to those things.
Yeah, my best advice would just be go to everything. There's probably going to be free shirts or free food at majority of any of the first week events. And then just the events throughout camp, like throughout the entire semester that campus will hold or organizations will hold, just go. That's your best option, is just to do it, just go. Even if you don't want to go out and see people, it's literally like the best time.
I would also recommend getting an on-campus job. It's a great way to meet people, a great way to learn a lot about the school. There's so many opportunities to work on campus, whether it's the rec, whether it's being a line ambassador. You could be like a tutor, you can work in the writing center. There's tons of opportunities for jobs on campus. So definitely look into that so it doesn't like getting paid. And job.
Thanks, guys. All right. So just before we keep going, Jonathan says y'all are all awesome. And then he's also asking if COVID-19 will affect Line Camp. I guess this is more oriented towards Angel, Jamie, and Christian.
So Line Camp is still happening as of right now. It's not until August 10th through the 15th. So there's 2 sessions. There's 10th through the 12th, and then the second session is 13th through the 15th. So as of right now, the camp still has us going, and our office still is going for it. So yes, we are still pushing through, full send, let's go. But as soon as we get any updates, if we are not doing it, we're going to send out an email for everybody who's registered.
And then Jamie also did add our Twitter and Insta on the chat. So if you want to go follow us, it's on there. It's Tamuc FYTP, TAMUC FYTP. But yeah, guys. Next, Justin asks a question. He says it's more oriented towards me, but feel free to follow up if y'all want to add anything. The question is, he is currently in the EE major, electrical engineering major, and he's considering to change it to computer science. Overall, how well do you like the EE program, and what would you suggest a good minor to pair with it? Yeah, so Justin, I'm a electrical engineering major with a minor or second major in mathematics. I don't have a minor. I actually have a second major in math, just because you already, as an engineer, and this is for all engineering classes, take a lot of math classes. You practically take every single math class up to differential equations, which is kind of like the highest math there is. And then after that, they just kind of ask you to take 2 more math classes for, just to get your math major. And if you do that, then you have a whole engineering major and math major. But it doesn't have to be that way. It really depends on what you want to have your concentration on. So there's different sectors of the engineering kind of sector. You get to choose which one you want. If you want to go more into RF, maybe you'll take more physics classes, or if you want to do electronics, you do more math. And then if you want to do electronic classes, you are doing more coding. So it really depends. Engineering classes are a lot of hands-on work, and computer science is also a lot of hands-on, but you're doing a lot of coding. It really just depends on what you want to do. Once you get into college, you'll get an academic advisor, and I really suggest talking to them about what you want to do as you grow up. They'll be really, really good. And that's not just for engineers. Everyone of every major gets an academic advisor, and they really do become your kind of best friend because they tell you what you need to do and what classes you need to take before, so you can graduate. But yeah, I hope that answered your question. If you have anything more specific, feel free to put it on there. But yeah, and then, all right, guys, next, do y'all want to add anything before I keep going? Nope. Oh, cool. So, yeah.
Sorry. I would say, because I'm very close to someone who majors in computer science, obviously it goes without saying, if you're very, very passionate and skilled in math, then I would encourage you to pursue it, but it is very intense with those main subjects. So just be sure that you want to do that, because the projects that he tells me that he's doing with his groups are very, complex. So that's something you don't want to second guess on. So yeah.
Yeah, it's a very hard major, much like every other major. But yeah, if you love math, you'll do pretty good. All right, next, Veronica asks, what's the best way to get an on-campus job? My bad, guys.
So before you can get an wow, now I can't speak. An on-campus job, you have to go to Hire Line, which is you can find on your MyLeo portal. And for anybody to be hired on campus, you have to go through that. So you go to your MyLeo portal and then the apps, and then it should have Hire Line on there. You make an account, and that's exactly how they will be able to hire you. People who are looking for students will have their jobs up there. You can also upload your resume and somebody can critique it for you. And that's the main source, is being able to put your stuff on Hireline. Second is just asking around who if you know people who have a job, who's looking for a position open. The fastest way to get a job is through your peers and hearsay. Like, I know I wouldn't have gotten my job at the rec if it wasn't for somebody saying, hey, Intramurals is hiring, you should be a ref. And I was like, heck yeah. So.
Speaking of hiring right now, lifeguards, we're hiring more lifeguards. I think the application will come open either late May or June for this summer, fall kind of right now. So if you're looking for a summer job and you live kind of near Commerce, that'll be open. Tell your friends. We'll pay for your certification. We'll pay for all of that. You just have to show up knowing how to swim. And if we ask you if you know how to swim in the interview, just say yes. Don't hit me with a no or a maybe. Say yes.
Yeah, the pool is 3 foot deep.
Yeah, I promise you can do it.
There's also in the student center, they're always looking for student workers to go and help set up rooms and like all the conference rooms and stuff. So if you go find my guy Elvis in the student center, he can definitely excuse me, hook you up with something that could work for you.
Like they said, Hire a Lion, that really helped me with getting positions or considering positions. It's a variety of things to choose from. The student center always has stuff broadcasted on the little TV in the halls. And yeah, if you ask around, also keep in mind of your grades, because some requirements will have you to have a certain GPA, so you need to be consistent with your grades. And you can also find off-campus opportunities, like during the summer. Like, I've been getting emails in regards to being a camp counselor someplace else, whether it be in other states or in cities nearby Dallas. Also, don't be scared to volunteer, even though volunteering doesn't really involve getting a pay. You can put that on your resume, and plus you can meet new people, and it's fun to just be productive outside of class in your room.
Awesome. Thanks for those answers, guys. All right. And like they mentioned, networking is a great way to get through, and they gave a lot of names, so hopefully y'all can find a job. Following on that subject, sorry if I butcher your name, Damilola asks, working and going to school, what is your advice?
So I've worked 2 jobs. I currently work 2 jobs. I've worked about 2 jobs pretty much since I've got here. I've had some off campus, some on campus. Right now I'm the head lifeguard at the rec, and I'm also a Lion ambassador. Personally, how I do it is, since I'm also involved in a lot of organizations that meet like later in the day, I try to take all of my classes on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then I work during the day on Tuesday, Thursdays, and then sometimes on the weekend if I just have like a free Saturday or Sunday. So that way I can focus on school Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I can do all my organizations and extracurriculars and intramurals and all that kind of in the evenings and at nighttime. And then I can just really focus on working on Tuesday and Thursday. That's what I do.
I had 3 jobs on campus this past semester, or technically this past year. And it is not nearly as bad as you think it is. As a student on campus working, you can only take up to 19 hours. That's the maximum amount of hours that you can take as a student worker. So 19 hours with school is not terrible at all. You still have plenty of time to do whatever you want. I'm also part of like 5 different organizations, and I didn't have a problem. It's also about time management, whatever works best for you. And that's the most cliche thing you can say is whatever works best for you, it's going to work out. But it really is, because for me, I am like Maddie. I do all my classes Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then my time is spent between my 3 jobs on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Like half the day is at one job, the other half is at another, and then the evening is at a completely other job. So
I'd say like whenever you become an upperclassman, I assume is whenever you're able to like make sure that your classes are on like specific days. Like last semester, or yeah, or no, this semester, I only had classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I had Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to just do like not whatever I wanted, but to like do work and then do organizational stuff. And then just kind of like making sure that you allot your time. Like, okay, on Mondays, I need to clean the entire apartment, and I need to like, I had 3 meetings that I have every Monday or whatever, like stuff like that. Just like making sure that whenever you make your schedule, you put that like already in there, like making sure that, okay, I know that I want to work. I know that I want to have time here, but you also like allot time for like, okay, I need an hour of like a nap. I used to nap a lot my freshman year. It was like, I don't know, I needed it. Now I don't need it as bad because I'm like acclimated to school. But just like allotting time and making sure that you're like either living by like a calendar schedule or something like that, like a little planner, or use Google Calendar. That saved my life one semester because I did not know when anything was due. But
like they all touched on scheduling and putting things in order. I have been taking advantage of my reminder app and my timers. If you can like make them to be like weekly timers or monthly timers and reminders, that really helps, because you will be surprised that you have a meeting the next day and you forgot because you've been caught up in school and stuff. So my apps really help me because you're always going to be on your phone. So I would say reminders and timers are very, very important.
I think we also have to remember is that, sorry, Maddie, that class is not all day like it is in high school. It's literally like maybe an hour or 2 hours, 3 if you're going crazy, you want to take 3 classes in one day. So you have to just remember that it's not always an 8 to 4 class day. It's literally like 2 hours, and then you go and eat and do whatever what you want for the rest of the day.
A lot of your professors are going to use our online class form is called D2L. It's through your MyLeo. There's an app you can get for your phone. It's called Pulse, Pulse. It's connected to your MyLeo, to your D2L. And in there, it'll show you like a picture of the week, and it'll do kind of like a graph and show you like you have 4 assignments due on Monday, you have 2 due on Wednesday, there's 3 due on Thursday, or like just different things like that. And it can help you keep track of, okay, I know I need to do this much homework on Sunday and this much homework on Tuesday and this much on this day. And it'll also give you notifications when professors input grades for you, which is a good thing and a bad thing depending on what time of the day you get the notification or what you're doing. But I didn't know about it until a friend had told me about it, but I definitely recommend downloading that because it can help you remember when things are due, and it'll tell you when grades get put in. Pulse, Pulse.
All right. Thanks, guys, for those answers. They were great. But yeah, time management, and the organization is great. But yeah, unfortunately, we are running out of time. I want to thank all our panelists for all the great answers and all the great information that they provided to y'all. I hope y'all got enough information. If y'all have any other questions, feel free to email us. Sorry, I was reading the chat. But yeah, thank you all.